Hello and welcome back to the fourth episode of the Driver Career Mode. Today we are here in Azerbaijan for the race. Luckily it's a sprint race, so we have two opportunities. But obviously after the last race, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. But yeah, it's no spoilers, but it's not the greatest. As you can see, the one components had an engine blowout for in Australia. As you can see, it was the turbocharger that broke on us, which is really sad. If you think I stopped talking for a bit when I probably should be talking, sorry about that. It's just Goodwood stuff is on right now, so I'm watching the live streams of that whilst doing this, and so I might be put off a little bit. This commentary on purpose like this, so more realistic, and people can be a little bit more realising of it and everything, and so yeah. But yeah, so as you can see, this episode is longer than the others by quite a bit, and that is because it has a lot of action in it entirely. There is so much action, as you may hear again. I have to look back out, and I'm trying to find Azerbaijan for the track map. I've got the cable is very cabled up.
And helping handle that.
Obviously, as we were just doing, got choose our rival, and obviously we chose George Russell. As I now decide to pause, so I can explain why we chose George Russell, because for a little bit better, there's possibly more opportunity. So, going for it. Come on. There we go, Baku. Right.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Obviously, as we can see, we had some failures to the chassis, so we're gonna we're not gonna risk it, because we don't really gonna need it too much for Imola. We have enough faith. As you saw, obviously the next race is Miami. I'm hoping I will do well around Miami. I would like to say it's one of my stronger tracks, so yeah, this is not one of my strong ones, and as you can see, it is wet in the sprint, and as you can see, real quick, just skip over practice like that, because we are insane. There we go, quickly set. So here we go. Starting our qualifying lap. Going into the first corner, we would fine, but we have zero on entry, and we're down to last place already. So going through, we have a little bit of wheel spin out of the second corner. Right, down to the first corner, we are still not doing well. Oh, it's not going well. Wide, a little bit of wheel spin again. It's not going to help us at all as we go round the fourth corner. It's not looking like it's going to be a good race. Well, I know what happened. I just remember this one as well as yesterday. I'm not this one, so you might be able to do it from my voice, but yeah, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but not too much. As we cut the corner and invalidate our lap. I mean, this entire lap is now pointless, but got to get it in. Just for practice, so we can actually know the track. This is the first. No practice, nothing, just dead shot on the track, and I have to like cover it and brake every single time. I turn it on everything, and so I don't actually pick my wheel with the check if I'm not being honest. But yeah. We're 2 seconds down on the clock at the end of the second second. We are really struggling up here. Like, we did well obviously at Saudi Arabia. We had mistakes during the race that cost us in Bahrain. We had the engine failure that cost us in Australia, but we had the auto qualifying also in Australia. Now here we are again, once more, off awful qualifying. Luckily we might be able to get some overtakes on the straight, but obviously not too sure about the rain. I don't think we're going to make it to the end. It's going to be really hard to do in the rain. It's not going to go well. I can just tell I'm not good in the rain in this game.
Let's have a quick look at those who'll be.
As you can see, that's Fernando on P7 again. Yeah. Anyway, time for the sprint. If it decides to actually just go into it. There we go. Time for the sprint.
It's wet here today and we're expecting those downpours to continue. This will make for a difficult sprint for all the teams. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Sainz, Hamilton, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Ocon, Tsunoda, Bottas, Albon, Gasly, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Hulkenberg, Joe, De Vries, Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
As you can see, we had a little bit of a glitch.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So we go to we're gonna actually skip the formation lap now to make it easier, but we'll have to show the start and then the formation lap. So where are the cars to go? You can see.
Clutch bite is good. Gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap, please.
We have spun on the formation lap. We are trying to work out what the differential would be good, but we do not know the differential that will work in this sprint. We have no clue what to do at all. We are struggling quite much in this conditions, especially around here, which I am not great at anyway. But we've got purple and 5 red lights for the sprint race at Azerbaijan, and away we go. P2100, little bit of wheel spin, nearly pin it, but are able to get down inside Sargent, lock up the brakes, and then go into the back of Nico Hulkenberg, but do miss it. We still stay around the outside of Sargent, on the inside, and obviously after that we send it down into Nico Hulkenberg, touch contact with his teammate, and Nico
Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful.
The side ones, which may not help during this race if we need to. As we go into the back of Joe and get a little bit of wing damage as well to help our cause from just not having a good enough differential right now. To decide how to brake and everything, and we go straight into the back of Joe as we try and go around the outside of the car. I can nearly end up in the wall.
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you.
as we come into the castle section with so much damage on our car, but we are able to get through very easily. Actually, very easily we were able to get through them. A lot better than normal, which thank God. But yeah, now we're gonna go see if we can try and get off the dog, but apparently that yellow damage doesn't affect us much. As we lock up into the
There's a new strategy available on the
as we
MFD.
lock up
Okay, the
into
safety
turn
car is out.
15
Safety car is out.
and
We
break
need
our
to form up at
entire
reduced pace. Keep a
wing
close eye
off.
on that
Like I
delta
said,
time.
differential
Make sure to
not
keep it
helping us,
positive.
as you
The
can see,
safety
we
car's
lock
out.
up
We need you to
front
reduce your
tyre,
pace.
and
It looks like there's a high amount of debris on the track. Be careful.
As
Confirmed.
we have to look, but we know if I'm wrong. Luckily the safety car has come out for us, so we can obviously just it's not a great sprint. Obviously, don't really want to pit on the sprint, but here we are. Got a missile coming. Yeah, and we are now pitting, which is not really what I want to do, but it's not going to be great. Not going to be great. Into turn 15, we are just not having good braking stuff. We are not seeing to have. Hopefully when we get to normal circuits we'll be back to
Okay,
normal
let's go
again.
now. Come on.
And
Perfect
good.
job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice
Well,
stop
it's not
time. We're
doing
happy
well
with that one.
Aston Martin, to be honest,
Pit
not
strategy complete.
sure.
See these tyres
Obviously
through
next
to the
week
end
Man
now.
is going to be really difficult as well, because that is also a street circuit. But look, let's look at the replay of the start from pole position of Charles Leclerc. As you can see, Charles Leclerc does get a better start than Max Verstappen, and it goes to cover him off. As you see, Fernando Alonso once again going around the outside of George Russell. Leclerc is able to keep Max Verstappen at bay, as he has his teammate right behind him on his arm. The top 5 stays the exact same. As Ocon gets past Norris for P8, as you can see from the leaderboard on the side. As we go into turn 3 and into turn 4, Charles Leclerc leads the Azerbaijan Grand Prix on the first lap of the sprint. As we cut to the replay of our thing, we just lock up and go straight. It is not great. It's for sure not great. We cut back to us as we come out the pit lane after having a look at the replay for the cold tyres. Now we have to catch up a 30-second gap. See if we can do it, obviously. We have to do it because we do it myself first. 30 seconds, probably got 2 laps. It's still not looking
The underbody's taking a little damage, just watch out for it.
I think the underbody is hurting us a lot in this. A lot. Obviously, there is a lot more chaos to come. If you think this is it, and this is the chaos during the Azerbaijan weekend, I can promise you it is not. There is a lot more to come in the race. As we struggle to make it even round to the castle section of turn 8, 9, 10 and 11 and into 12. As we hit the wall on the inside and bounce us into the outside one, and we have even more broken wings. We just can't find
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
For this in the wet, which is really not going to help us at all. As we round back to the corner where we had our crash, and we lock up the brake, lock up the rears and hit the wall with our rear, breaking our rear wing and taking out the bollard just to be safe. As we slowly get our way back round, we had gained 5 seconds back on time, but if you're not going to help us, we're now forced to kind of go into this corner as well. We also locked the rears as well, also with the less downforce due to our broken rear wing. We are not sure what's going to have to happen now. See if we can catch up to the others as we go a little bit wide into the corner, and we are out.
That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're okay.
Out as we hit the wall. There you can see us getting into the wall, into the barrier. Oh. Look at that. So sad. We are out of the sprint race and we'll start the race from where we qualified of P20 and lost. As you can see, we took so much speed, but luckily we did not hit the wall again to damage it even more. That is a lot of pain there. As you can see, a little bit wide due to the wing damage and the floor damage, and bang straight into the barrier, and that is sprint race over. So time to go for the race, which will be hopefully a lot better, but let's see what the results of the sprint race is.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. Well, that wraps up the sprint. All that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
As Crofty said, see you all for the race, obviously. Coming back right now, obviously, for the race. Hopefully we can do better in the race than what we did in the qualifying and in the sprint. So hopefully let's see what we can do in the race, hopefully. Obviously, as you can see, if you look at the timings there, you can see how much of left is it, how much of the video is left to now, and so you can tell how much chaos is about to happen. But yeah. It's gonna be a little bit much, and we'll have to see what we can do for this race, just because.
And a warm welcome to you
But
from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku, and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners, and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today. So our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes, hopefully out of the barriers. With 20 turns and the length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Perez, Sainz, Hamilton, Russell, Norris, Ocon, Gasly, Albon, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Oscar Piastri, Joe, Hulkenberg, Sargent, De Vries, and Aston Martin. And Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
And here we are. We're going to start on the softs and think about the move possibly to the mediums. They want us to do medium soft, but we are going to decide to do soft medium because we are starting so far behind. We're going to need to, yeah, we're going to need to. Hopefully we can have a better race, down the
Okay, so let's
qualifying
go
and the
through all
sprint.
the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't
Obviously
go
we
too
are
high
not
with the
starting
revs.
off of the max brake penalty. But obviously here we are obviously going to the end of the formation lap. I'm just skipping it. We got nearly running, oh we do get to go into it, but we go 0.1, which should obviously be purple because we're 0.1 behind, but it isn't, and we are just qualifying and we are starting back in our formation. Alright, 5 red lights, and away we go for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Properly, the Prix gets a little bit caught up into the back of the whole road, meaning we can get round outside. Sargent also goes a little bit further, meaning we are able to get round outside of Nico Hulkenberg as well. And Joe also loses momentum from Sargent, and we are able to fill in a gap as we have to pull out of it as Joe sends it very hard in. That little smoky shot on the outside was due to the game sometimes giving smoke off when someone runs a little bit off the track. As we send it round the outside of Joe. Let's see what we can do. Running into turn 7 and into the castle section. We are going to through the car section, no damage obviously, thank God. And we're coming to the corner where we had our hit and broke our front line in the sprint race. Let's see how we can do it on the first lap. Doing that to race, we can get it absolutely spot on. So it was the differential bias and stuff during the rain. We did not have it right or anything, we could not even get it right. And yeah,
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
Taking it like it was good, and we are also able to get through there as well through turn 19 with no difficult as Max it up and gets the last of that means we lead as we max out the revs as we go round the outside of 350 kilometers an hour as we go back to watch the replay of the start from the pole man and leader of the race so far, Max Verstappen. As you can see, 5 red lights and away we go. But it does look like it is a possibly good start from Sergio Perez, and it is a very good start from Sergio Perez as he makes it round the outside of Charles Leclerc for P2. Wow. That is a very, very good overtake from the Mexican. And obviously now it is down to him to try and catch his teammate after the end of the first lap. As we know, Max had the fastest lap at the end of the first lap, meaning he is the first person across the line. So we'll have to see what Checo can do for the next 17 laps. We'll go back to our point of view at the same time as Alonso is getting caught up in a little bit of a tussle with Esteban Ocon. DRS will be available next lap as we go a little bit wide. We brake there and nearly spin it into the wall, but we are able to keep it out of the wall and keep it going in one race with no damage or anything or hit from any of the cars behind that local sergeant. As we nearly go into the wall. Again, now we're looking at the rears. We are really going down those rears again. We are struggling a lot on this new game for tyre degradation, especially on the rears around these circuits. Hopefully when we get to tracks like Austria and Great Britain, we'll be able to be a lot better going as we there's a yellow flag
Okay,
behind us.
clear.
Local sergeant
Okay,
has hit the
caution,
ball.
caution.
Local
Virtual
sergeant is
safety car is out.
of
Reduce
the race
speed and maintain a
Tony
positive
Barney
delta on
has
your
a
dash.
5
Right, drop
and
your
the
speed. Our
virtual
delta's too
safety
low and
car
we're going to risk a penalty.
is
Slow your pace
out. A
immediately.
full safety car
Safety
now,
car,
moving
safety
round.
car. No overtaking. Reduce your pace. Keep your delta
Full
number
safety-
positive
I do
as
not
we
know what
form
happened. We
up.
never got a
Okay,
single
there have been
collision
further
warning.
incidents on the
So,
track, so officials are moving
I'm
to a full
confused with
safety car.
what's
Full
happened.
safety car.
Let's look at the replay of it. Here's Logan Sargent. He's gone wider. I think he's just tried to go. That's confusing. You can't tell from that angle. It looks like he's just hit the back of us and gone into the wall. Let's look at it from his point of view, so that you can see us on the inside. He's gone here and he's hit the curb on the inside and then tried to go around the outside and just hit into the wall. Wow, that is a strange mistake from the AI that I believe had nothing to do with us, maybe a little bit, but here we are at the end of the safety car, still behind our teammate Alonso, as we now send it down the inside of Fernando and Esperanza and make it stick. Turn 1, now into turn 2, we're looking like we might possibly try and eye up and move on to as we get full spin out turn 2, and looking like it. Valtteri, we may now try and see if we can move Valtteri Bottas, as we are seeming to be racing him quite a bit right now, especially with him being on the mediums on that 5. We are tied for something fine right now, as we go a little bit wider than
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
5 and 6. Now to 7. This is where we've had our luck nearly go into the wall a couple times. We have to check behind first, but off on right behind us, as we are still seeming to see if we can. We are now in the points, by the way, we'd like to say, because Prix is 30% lap 5. It's 5% lower on the Prix per lap. 5%, that is insane. As now going into turn 16. Little bit of correction needed, but obviously got airport as we are flat full turn 19, and here we are once again looking up more maxed out the rest. Look at the speed we have, and then we've got maxed out the rest as well.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
As we send it really deep, I'm really hitting the barrier on the outside of turn 1 as we do get back to life. Obviously he's able to get back past due to a mistake. Now Esteban Ocon on the inside, and the contact between us and Esteban Ocon, but luckily no damage done to either of the cars. And we're now seeing to want to size up the move of Valtteri, make him more defensive, and tries to go down the inside, but he blocks it off very, very well, and we are having to stay behind the car. So now we go to the end of lap 6, and let's try it again, once again on that. Here we go, maxed out the revs again, I need the picture, and make it
okay, the student
that
now
sounds
enabled
awesome.
DRS. DRS is now
Now we
online.
try to switch back after he defends the inside this time, so we hit the outside. And here we go, we are around it, can we just squeeze him enough that he'll back out? Yes, we can. We are able to do it, and now he is just about up right on his tail, where he can pull the way. But is that it? Not for long, because we're at the end of that channel. History, if any of you books are there. And not for long. Here we have first one alongside us. We have
Box, we're coming in.
we
This
now
lap.
send it down inside of him, and we've locked up the rears and we've locked up the fronts as well. Oh, we've made contact with
Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out. We need to
But we
form
have
up
a
at
5-second
reduced
penalty
pace. Keep a close
for
eye on that
severe
delta time. Make
collision
sure to
with
keep it positive.
Fernando.
Okay, we've been informed of an incident which has resulted in lots of loose debris on the track. Safety car is being
I
deployed.
didn't think we hit him. Obviously, here's the replay of it. We have pushed him a lot, so we would have to do that. A little bit violent, no. We lock up the front, then we lock up the rear, and it just spins us into the path of Esteban Ocon. And I'm not too sure what happened with Fernando. He must have just like tapped our rear right, rear left even, and just. So here it is from Esteban to locked up, spun, just hit him. Yeah, it must have been a little bit of a collision, maybe. I don't think it'd be much. Obviously, here we are trying to make our way round to no front with me and Esteban also obviously collide front mates and both of our front. Obviously, this is now the second safety car of the race. This one is going very, very slowly. Obviously, he is on car that has a broken thing, but we've run into a little bit. We've run into him a little bit, and
in the pits.
And we have a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Esteban Ocon after tapping his rear coming into the pit. Obviously, we're having to do a 5-second penalty, and so we have held up a lot of people. Held up, I think even the McLarens for both Alphas are in. And obviously we held up our teammate who's holding them up, and then they're holding up
Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
Yeah, that's not fast, man.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Yeah, that's not great. So, obviously here we are. And so that we've decided to pit once again, get off the medium, get onto the hard, and get rid of the 5-second penalty for collision with yeah, but obviously there it is, Fernando Alonso down 18th as well, it's not good. Obviously after when the safety car comes in, we will be able to start the race, or restart the race, with no penalties applied to us at all. Very, very good.
Okay, off we go, back into the race.
So, yeah,
that was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
Here we are, and we're going to try and see as we have caught up, and the safety car is in at the end of that lap. So luckily we pitted that lap and we were able to catch up quick enough in the dry conditions, unlike the wet conditions, and we are here on lap 10 already, and already the amount of chaos that has happened in like 10-15 minutes, I believe, to record on this bit already. And it's still like 10 minutes ago. I'll tell you how much there is, right? Anyway, here we go. There's a George Russell. Yellow flag. George Russell is out of the session. We have sent it down. It is green flag, but we had made the move a little bit on Fernando too early under the yellow flag as we crossed the line. But now we're going to send it back down the inside of Fernando into turn 2. And we've also collision. Oh my God! We broke the front wing of our teammate. We have broke the front wing of Fernando. So that is going to be awful after the mistakes we made in qualifying in the sprint. The failure in qualifying in Australia, the failure of the engine in Australia in the race, the mistakes made in Bahrain, we might even be sacked soon. We might be sacked. This is not going well. Will this... Oh... But anyway, here we are. We've now sent it down the inside of Joe. Obviously, we've now basically taken Fernando out of the run-in. So we must try and push ourselves forward to hopefully get some points for the team after the mistake we have made. But anyway, here we are trying to catch up to Piastri on his first run. We seem to be coming alive currently on these hards. Right, here we are. Maxing out the revs once again. There you go, it's a bit nice. Sorry about this, but obviously none of us like this noise, but obviously I'm still going to. So as we send itself back down inside of Piastri, and we even get Bottas without spinning ourselves around this time. Let's give us round of applause for that. round of applause for not doing that real quick. There. Very bad, aren't we? So, yeah. Well, obviously up ahead we have the 2 Alpha Tauris swapping. Obviously, actually in real life they might be called Alpha Tauris, so that'll be funny to enumerate. Will they go back to naming Red Bull in other languages like Toro, or will they go to something else like MaxVerstappen.com? But yeah, obviously De Vries should be patched out of the game soon with the mid-season patch, and Daniel Ricciardo brought in, but obviously he will still be in this career mode, I believe. Not sure. I don't know if it changes it. I think it makes him available possibly. I'm not too sure. It might only be on the career mode. Anyway, here we go on to the end of that lap on lap 12. We are able to get speeding bars, Magnussen and Sefcovic.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Obviously, here we are in the point once again. We're able. Let's see if we can get more. Obviously, that is Max Verstappen, the winner of all 3 of the first races this season, down in P8. See, here we go. See if we can send it down the inside of science. We've sent it really, really far. We're going to send it into Max Verstappen, and we've hit him a little bit on our front wing, and we have yellow front wing. Obviously, as we know, yellow front wing is fine to race. Obviously, as we saw earlier in the start of this race, actually, before we had
okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 2.2 seconds.
Well, as we skip to the end of that lap, there's a green flag because there's a yellow flag behind us. It looks like one of the Red Bulls is out of this race, possibly. There might possibly be a Red Bull out of this race. We know it's one of them. Obviously, Max Verstappen was behind us, and the Alpha Red Bull is still at the front. So it does seem like it is Max Verstappen, the race winner of all 3 of the first races, is out of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and will not carry on his streak, as our teammate, out of probably anger and fury, sets the fastest lap of the race after having come into the pits. But yeah, so here we are in P7 now, after making it past Albon, and here is Nico Hülkenberg and Lando Norris ahead of him. Now a little bit of a glitchy little thing there. But here we got Lando Norris trying to set it down inside Nico Hülkenberg. We're going to follow him through possibly.
Okay, so we're leading
a
our
little bit of bump,
by
wheel banging there,
18.8
but enough for Nico
seconds.
Hülkenberg. P15, we've got a little bit wide and we've hit the wall and we've made that yellow front wing red. As you can tell, probably, actually no, not probably, you definitely can. So I think I'm not a little bit too loud there. Yeah, we are not great around Baku anymore. We were all right around it on previous games, but not now. Obviously, here we go, skipping forward to lap 17. Science is now putting pressure on us quite a lot, and we haven't been able to catch Lando Norris in the 95. Science has also gone past Nico Hülkenberg, as obviously our front wing is now red on one side, and here we are feeling the pressure. We are feeling the pressure between the Ferrari and behind us. We've hit the wall on the inside. Oh,
are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay,
big
please.
crash. We were looking behind us to check where Science is, and we've just gone a little bit too eager on the inside, whacked our tyre. We have no front wing there at all. We'll bash it in. Here we go from Science. Wow, that looks scary. But obviously, that is it. On the second to last lap of the race, from P6, we are out of the Azerbaijan
Victory for the
Grand
team from
Prix.
Milton Keynes then, after a quality performance. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Ah man, that's not great for us at all, is it? 2 races in a row
Drivers are en route
DNF.
to the podium as we speak. What a
Only
fantastic
8
win for
points
the
to
Red
1.
Bull team.
8 points
They
actually.
performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations
Nightmare
to
in
everybody
qualifying. Nightmare in the sprint. Nightmare in the race. The dream of a top 5 was over when we hit the wall after getting past Nico Hulkenberg, but trying to catch Lando Norris, and it's over. And now here we are, out of the race after feeling pressure from Carlos Sainz behind, when we should have just let it be. As obviously, if we did let it be, we would have been able to take home like 6 or 8 points. But obviously, we crashed out our teammate.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, that lead at the top has somewhat shrunk
but
today.
we are really,
Some
really not
amazing
helping us
talents
tonight.
out
I
on
will
the
not
track
be
today.
surprised if they
But
decide,
Anthony, who
yeah
would you
mate,
pick as your driver
go
of
away.
the day?
You
Max
we ain't
Verstappen
signed you
seemed to
halfway
just
through the season.
effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
It's
But
time to see
obviously
how
Sergio
things are
Perez
shaping
there
up in the
takes
Constructors'
the
Championship.
Win?
No change in the top spot then, but with today's points,
Yeah,
their
we could
hold
have
on
got
that
6
lead
points.
is getting
we could
weaker.
have just
It was also a strong
accepted
Grand Prix from Haas
Sainz to go
F1 this
past, but
weekend.
he obviously goes
Fantastic
past
work
anyway.
from the American team to move themselves further up the table.
Obviously, but
It's
we
been
did
an
not finish
absolutely
last because
wild
obviously
weekend of Formula One action.
Logan
I can't
finished
wait
behind
to
us,
see
but
what's
obviously, as
next.
you can see, I don't think I'll show it. Yeah, I won't because for some reason I won't. But anyway, that's the end of the episode. If you decide you want to watch Miami, which is the next race, feel free to like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe and click the bell to get notifications for it. But anyway, I have been Charlie, and this has been the 4th episode of the Drive Career. Thank you, and goodbye.